their whole careers. So that would be something he could do. I just want to go through a practice as I remember it, and I'm glad that you mentioned the beginning, because that's, for me, being a grandpa for 11 grandchildren and children, things I remember and they talk about, I say, wait a minute, did that really happen? I don't remember that. Or things that I remember, they said, no, Dad, that's not the way it went. So I'm going to just share what I remember, and it may not be what you remember. Okay? Feel free to interject and put in some of the things you remember. To start a practice, you know, Coach always had the itinerary posted on the wall, what our practice was going to be and what we're going to do. And the first thing we have were your specialty periods. In a special period, we go out and we, you know, I personally, me in the center, work on my long snap. And Coach comes over one day and he says, Dave, I want to show you how to do the 2-hand shiver. I said, okay. He says, get down in the stance. I get down in my stance, and Coach Allen gets down in the defensive stance and took going. Smacks me with both forearms, knocks me back. I got a bloody nose, you know. And so he says, let me show you that again. I said, no, I got it, no problem. No, so we had our specialty periods that we learned things in. Then we had CALs, okay? And our CALs, you know, we do all our stretches, and I think Jim Gary, I remember you quoting this at a kickoff before the very next game. And Coach would say during CALs, you know, we'd be stretching and stuff. You know, when you're stretching, some of us would cheat a little bit when you're stretching. And he says, you know, guys, if you cheat yourself, you cheat your creator. So you can't be cheating yourself, because if you cheat yourself, you cheat your creator. And I remember being lined up on the starting kickoff in the next game, and Jim Gary's right next to me, and he turns and says, hey, feel it. Just don't cheat the creator. So, yeah, those things you learn, right, as you're doing your stretches. Coach, I really don't remember this, and I meant to ask somebody, did we have, when you guys played the long run? Somebody had the, okay. Yeah, well, I went out for football because I hated running. I would not do, but we have this long run, and so we have to run all the way around between CALs before we have agility drills. And I used to hate that. And I used to think the whole way around, what is this with the long run? I went out for football. I'm not a cross-country star. You know, how's this going to help me? But we did our long run. We come down, and then we have all the big dummies, and they'd be lined up parallel to one another. And we did our agility drills, you know, and it would be over every bag, raise your knees, high knees over every bag, weave in and out over the bag. Then we had to turn them lengthwise, and we would have to do karaoke over the bags, bunny hop on both sides, whatever. So we get our agility drills in. And then this one day, we had after agility drill something called triangular blocking. They did away with that after a while because we weren't allowed to do cross-body blocks, but we had triangular blocking. And we had 3 bags set up in a triangle. And they were kind of like here, here, and here. And the first bag, we were lined up, the team lined up over here. You have a guy holding this bag, guy holding that bag, guy holding that bag. We had to block, shoulder block this first guy, then release on the whistle. Come over and throw a crossbody on him, release, and then go over and throw another crossbody over here on this guy. And we go around. Well, Coach was not too happy with our either blocking or maybe the guys hold the bag. So, and he's a great motivator. So he's sitting there, you know, I got to tell you this, guys. He's sitting there because Coach always, no, it's not good. Put it in the pocket. But Coach always had the schedule with him, and this will come up later, and he's always chewing on it. You know, he's always chewing on it. So he said, get away from that front bag. I'll hold this bag. He said, I'll tell you what, anybody that knocks me down, I'll buy him a steak dinner. So we all line up, you know, we tell Dick, get in the back, get in the back. You know, if Dick's the last one, we'll tire him out. Dick will knock him over and get a steak dinner. You know, so we went through one by one, going against that bag, figuring, all right, we got them all tired out. And Dick came and he flying there. He hits the bag. He does knock Coach back 2 or 3 steps. Didn't knock him over. So there was no steak dinner given to him. But he got us going. Everybody did their best to try to knock Coach over, or at least tire him out somewhere. So, you know, we appreciate the fact that, you know, when things happen on a football field, here you got a guy that will show you by example. Not just tell you, but show you by example.
When did he stop strapping the helmet on and running?
Oh, after the triangle blocking, we usually had groups. We did offensive groups and defensive groups. So our offensive group, we weren't with Coach Allen too much. We were the offensive line, so we got to go up on the hill a little bit and work on the chutes and the boards. And we had tire drills. I know Jim would remember the tire drills, Gary. And Coach Halbert, remember Coach Halbert? He used to go, the tire drill that I hated the most was, we had both feet. He said, 2 forward, 1 back, your favorite of mine. So you have to hop 2 tires forward and then 1 back, and 2 forward and 1 back. And I can't tell you how many times we fell through those tires trying to do that. So we hit the ground a lot those days. Then we had defensive group, and defensive group linebackers who usually did nutcracker drill and Mexican tackling drill. I can remember one quote that Coach Allen used to say every time we had a tackling drill. It says, when you make a tackle, every muscle in your body should be tight. The cheeks of your ass should be so tight they couldn't pull a needle out with a bulldozer. So these quotes that can go on forever. Then after the team defense, we'd have team offense. And on team offense, we first of all, the coaches, and we talked about the hairy one, the coaches did a great job of building the other team up. And by the way, I tried that when I was coaching down in Florida with my little small prep school. It didn't work. My kids got so scared of the other team, they wouldn't play. So after 2 or 3 weeks of trying that, I said, no, that's not, we're going to have to tell our guys that they're the best, not the other guys. But they would challenge us, and they would have the hairy one from where, and other guys, and always build them up, and we'd have them, put numbers on there, like the hairy one, we had number 50 and written on a hairy one, so we would practice harder against them. And I remember when we played Frontier, I think it was this year, they had Danny Overstreet. Here's another quote from Coach Allen about Danny Overstreet. He said, you better wrap up against Danny Overstreet because he's as slippery as shit on a shingle. That kid can turn on a dime and give you change. So, again, the quotes that we have. And we go to team offense against the Bags, and some of the quotes that I've heard for a team offense against the Bags are, this would be to Gary Rougeau, know your assignment, because you can't be confused and aggressive. So you have to learn your assignments. Mike McCarthy. Hey McCarthy, that hole is so big my grandmother could run through it faster than you did. Or to the center, Dave Fields. Hey, if you block like that, you couldn't beat the Little Sisters of the Poor. And I always wondered, who are the Little Sisters of the Poor, Coach? I don't even know who they are, but you couldn't beat them, I know that. If you make a mistake, Flaherty, if you make a mistake, make a good one. If you block the wrong guy, at least make a great block. And those are things that you remember throughout your life. And then, of course, at the end of practice, what we're doing, that's the last thing we do is usually run our offense against the Bags. And I can remember sitting there watching go to and the last day of practice every time was sprints of some kind, sprints or gas or something. And one day I said, great, Coach just ate the sprints. We don't have any sprints. They're gone. But those are quotes that we have as we go along, and things that we can remember. The last thing I want to mention, because I heard somebody mention it earlier, I think Mike did, about the circle threes. That's the other thing. Back in those days, coaches didn't worry about hurt your feelings so much, and they would grade the films. And if you got a 1, you did your job good. If you got a 2, it was kind of good, fair. You got a 3, poor. 3 with a red circle means you caused the play to fail. I had, as a center, I had a lot of 3s with red circles. And on the comments on the side, it would always say, lunge block, lunge block. And I never had the guts to tell coaches this, after having several of these lunge blocks, and say, I do that on purpose because I got Dick Cummings, Freight Train Cummings back there, and they call him Freight Train because I'm the railroad track that he runs on. And I said, the fastest way to get out of the way of Dick Cummings is the lunge block. Get out of there. So yeah, those are things that I remember.